Well, we offer the training, education, and career counselling service in our suite of services. That certainly helps students learn how to prepare a correct resume or curriculum vitae for employers. Often there are jobs being advertised with tech that students might apply for, but they also need to learn the confidence and the skills for the job interview. You get a job, as I said before, in Australia on your merit and your qualifications, not on who you know or you know how beautiful you are. So I think really probably visiting our tech staff and getting those interview training techniques and advice on your resume is a good start.
Obviously a part-time job. What kind of work do you do?
At present, I'm working with Bunnings Group Limited. It's a hardware retail giant. So yeah, I'm in the customer service. So I have to serve the customers, and I have to take part in the replenishment process.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that the shelves are not empty, and the customers just get what they are for in the store.
Okay. And working in an Australian workplace, what have you learned?
Well, most importantly, I have improved my communication skills.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main thing when you are in Australia and communicating with the local people. And apart from that, I've learned many management skills over here, because I think English people are known for their management skills. So that's the main thing I have learned over here.
Being it's better than having only friends from one country, because that's the whole point of being in here. But I do have Australian friends. It helps with practicing English, yeah, definitely. I think that's the best way.
Do you have problems with Australian English, with accent?
Not
or?
at all.
Not at all?
Not at all. Actually, when I came here, what we learn at school, it's British English. Because we are very close to England, so it was slightly different, but I think it's easy to understand. And actually, after being here for a while and I went to England, I had a problem of understanding British English, yeah.
It's wonderful to have multicultural friends, you're saying. Tell us a little bit about why. What's the advantage to you to know people from so many cultures?
You would learn that the world is not all the same. It's not like your country. You would learn you can eat different food. You can enjoy different activities.
For students who are going to become international people, whether in business or in IT or something like that, there's a great networking capability. The potential network is just sitting there, ready for them to take advantage of. Businessmen and women who get involved in international business will take decades to build up the sort of network that our students have access to right throughout their study times. The need to study in English, the need to improve their English is, I think, another great advantage for international students, because, of course, English still is the international business language.
I think they've got very good advantages, and they're very marketable, because more and more the world's becoming globalised. This is not only business, we see it in law, that a lot of even the law, I teach corporations law and company law, a lot of our law has to be similar to US law, UK law, European community law, and we're getting more and more. China has to make sure their laws meet ours, because unless there's that certainty amongst law, we can't operate. And one of the big advantages you have, if you've picked up a degree in Australian university, your future employer knows you can speak English. You can work in English. You often have skills in different cultures, and you know how to organise, especially in business deals. It's a very marketable commodity that you can think in both cultures, and you know the links, and you know where there could be problems.
I've got a degree from Poland, and it was helpful to find a job in England. But I think if I've got another degree from Australia, it would be even more helpful. If I want, Poland is well known in Europe, but it's not that well known in Asia. If I was looking for a job in Japan, Singapore, I'm pretty sure Australian degree is more useful than Polish degree.
Wonderful.
You could be at any other university in Australia, but it wouldn't be as good as at CQU, because CQU really is geared to understanding that the students come from very different cultures. It's not just English language they're grappling with, but cultures where people often think in very, very different ways, have different values, standards, social attitudes. And I think because CQU is specifically geared to that, it's refined the art of teaching students like that. I think that's a big strength. The fact is, English, it's generally regarded that since the beginning of 2008, for the first time in human history, there is an international language, an international lingua franca. And there are more non-native speakers of English now than there are native speakers, and that's a huge thing. So to come and get a degree here from a university that understands that you're studying in this different environment makes you an international person, well, almost immediately, certainly by the time you've graduated. And in a globalised world today, to have that fluency in the language, the knowledge of the thought patterns, that is a huge plus, huge thing, benefit to get.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me